I'm Rajesh Uppal, Director IDST. We bring sharp insights and foresight on defense, security, and emerging tech. Let's dive in.
What if biology could design itself, faster than evolution and smarter than nature? That's not science fiction anymore. It's the world of data-driven synthetic biology, where artificial intelligence, automation, and massive biological datasets converge to reprogram life at the molecular level. We've entered an era where scientists no longer just observe biology, they engineer it. By combining AI with genomics, the study of entire genomes, proteomics, which explores the structure and behavior of proteins, and metabolomics, which maps the small molecules that fuel cellular processes, researchers can now model living systems almost like computer code. Algorithms can predict how a new enzyme will fold, how a cell will react to a drug, or how a plant might survive drought, all before a single experiment takes place. It's biology powered by data, and it's transforming industries faster than ever imagined. In drug discovery, deep learning models such as AlphaFold, RoseTTAFold, and ESMFold can now predict complex protein structures in hours, a task that once took scientists years. Companies like LabGenius are using AI to explore billions of molecular combinations, discovering new antibodies at lightning speed, and revolutionizing how therapies are designed. In biomanufacturing, robotic genomic factories are synthesizing and testing thousands of DNA constructs in parallel, designing custom microbes that can produce fuels, materials, and medicines sustainably without relying on traditional chemical manufacturing. Even in agriculture, data-driven synthetic biology is rewriting nature's playbook. AI-guided gene models help design crops that can self-fertilize or tolerate extreme climates, while microbial biorefineries convert agricultural waste into bioplastics and green chemicals. Together, these innovations are creating a truly circular bioeconomy, one that transforms waste into resources and reduces dependence on fossil fuels. But this revolution comes with serious questions and growing risks. As AI takes the driver's seat in bioengineering, data bias and opaque black box algorithms introduce uncertainty. Many AI systems don't explain how they make predictions. That's acceptable for recommending movies, but not for designing living organisms. A model trained on incomplete or biased data might generate flawed biological designs, leading to unforeseen outcomes once tested in the real world. Then comes the dual-use dilemma. The same algorithms that can design life-saving bacteria might also be exploited to create harmful pathogens. Defense analysts warn that AI could lower the barriers to developing bioweapons or bypassing biosafety controls. The smarter our design tools become, the more carefully they must be governed. Other challenges are more subtle but equally critical. Synthetic datasets, artificial biological data used for training algorithms, can contain hidden errors. Cloud computing consumes enormous amounts of energy, and many experiments in AI-driven biology are difficult, if not impossible, to reproduce. In fact, nearly half of recent studies using synthetic data in biology couldn't be replicated, a wake-up call for greater transparency and standardization in how we handle biological information. So, how do we innovate responsibly? One promising idea is the data hazards framework, introduced by researchers in synthetic biology. Think of it like hazard symbols for data, intuitive labels that alert scientists to potential risks, such as reinforcing bias, being difficult to interpret, or capable of causing direct harm. By tagging datasets and AI tools with these indicators, researchers can identify and mitigate risks before they escalate, much like how chemical or radiation hazards are managed in a lab. Global efforts are already moving in this direction. At MIT, the AI Blind Spot project helps researchers detect hidden biases in algorithms, while the Synthetic Biology Open Language, or SBOL, is creating universal standards for describing and sharing biological components. But for these safeguards to succeed, they must become part of the scientific culture itself, not added later, but embedded from the start, in the very DNA of research. Governance and transparency are just as important. International review boards that include scientists, ethicists, and security experts can evaluate high-risk biological designs. Open data standards, such as FAIR, meaning findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable, help ensure that research is trustworthy and reproducible. Even digital twin simulations, virtual replicas of biological systems, could act as safety checks, allowing scientists to test new genetic circuits inside computers before ever creating them in the lab. At the heart of it all lies a simple truth. With great biological power comes great responsibility. AI-powered biology has the potential to cure diseases, feed the planet, and clean up our environment, or, if left unchecked, to create new ethical, ecological, and security crises. That's why the next frontier isn't just scientific, it's moral. We must ensure that the power to design life is guided by transparency, sustainability, and public trust. Because the real question isn't whether we can reprogram biology, it's how wisely we choose to. By building safeguards like data hazards, enforcing global governance, and keeping ethical stewardship at the center, we can ensure that data-driven synthetic biology fulfills its promise, not its peril. The goal isn't to slow innovation, but to steer it towards a future where AI and biology evolve together responsibly for the benefit of all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow, or visit IDSTH.com for more cutting-edge defense and tech insights. See you in the next one.